Alright, so we're going to quickly cover how the responsive tables module works with views and the better views tables module. Um, so the first thing you're going to need is the Drupal better views tables module. This is a sandbox project at the moment, but hopefully it'll be a full project soon enough. This is just to give you a direct integration between views and the responsive tables module, which is also a sandbox project at the time of recording. But you can technically use the responsive table stuff with any table in Drupal. You just need to assign the classes and use the Drupal add library functionality to do it. What better views tables allows you to do is responsive table actually listens for it and then allows you to configure it in views. So we're going to use it that way because it's the easiest way to do it. So we're going to go over to structure. I'm going to show you how this view is built. You go to views, go to the responsive tables example view, click on edit. So you can see here we have a regular view, nothing fancy here, it's just standard table at the bottom. What you need to do is configure your format to use the better tables format instead of the standard table format. And what this gives you is some more options on the settings form. So you see here there's a few new columns available. So render table as header column, that's another feature that better tables gives you. And then there's also the responsify field priority. And if you scroll down, you'll also see there's a checkbox to mark the table as being responsive. So here's our plugin with our extra fields. I'm going to mark, you got to make sure you actually check off this responsive checkbox because this actually tells views to include the responsive library. And then over here you have a list of responsify field priorities where you've got none, optional, essential, and persist. And what these are is this tells the JavaScript that's running on the table which columns it should get rid of first and which ones have to stay there permanently, like never get rid of them. They're actually ordered in the lowest priority to the highest right here. So none means there's no extra classes get added to the table, and those are the first columns to go away once the table gets too small. Next up is optional. So optional ones the library will also automatically remove and give you the option to toggle it back on and off using the little display drop down, as you'll see in a moment. Essential. So essential, those are ones that it will actually retain no matter what size you actually go down to, but it is actually toggleable in the display dropdown. So it'll never be removed automatically, but you can actually, as a user, go and turn off those columns. And then persist, these are columns that are there no matter what. There's no option to turn them on and off in the dropdown. They're in the table at any size. So those are your really primary table columns. So you can see here the content title I've set to persist. The body it has no priority, it can be there or not. The delete link, same thing. The edit link, I like it to be there. And then here the has no content is optional. You know what, let's just change node ID to optional as well. And the UID is set to none. So let's scroll down, hit apply. You can see here the table renders as you normally would expect. And you can reorder the columns and do whatever you want as you would normally do in views. Just going to hit save. Let's go to our view. Okay, so to demonstrate how the table actually responds with these new options, I'm just going to switch over to Firefox really quickly because it has a very nice responsive view in the developer tools that allows us to resize the actual window, the rendering pane, without having to resize the entire window, which is really nice. So here we have our responsive table with the display options. So you can see here everything is being shown. As we shrink it down, the little flex slider example will go away there. There we go. And then as we keep going, right around the 800 mark or so, you'll see some of the the lowest priority columns start disappearing. As we continue to shrink, more and more content will start, there we go, will start to go away. So right around the 485 mark, all of the non-essential items go away. And then here we are, we have our final table with the essential or persist items left. So I'm going to display a drop down here. So this is what actually allows you to control what shows up. You can see here actually like the title, which is actually missing a label here, and edit link are selectable. That's technically a bug because those are marked as persist. But you know, it is a sandbox project after all. But we can actually turn back on any of the previous columns that we want. So say we want the UIDs, well, that's a little wide. So you turn on the delete links. So there you go. So we got delete links, we got edit links, and it's all in the one table. And as you resize back up, all of your stuff comes back into place. Going back down. And there we go. And because we've actually toggled these ones on and off, it remembers the last state that they were in. So when you resize back up, it actually remembers the last time you checked it on and off. So if you were to actually like turn off edit link here and resize everything, it won't actually put edit link back in. It'll just hold on to it until you refresh the page and so on. So that's how you use the responsive tables with views.